All right, on this episode, we're gonna check out the Canmore GPS Golf smartwatch and see if this budget-friendly option should make its way onto your and my wrist. Let's check it out. Let's see what's inside this box. It's a very small box, not a huge amount of packaging here. And there you go, there is the watch. That thing is pretty cool. This comes in 4 different colors, and they asked me what I wanted. I said that I loved the way that aquamarine looks around the case of the watch. So this is like their black and aquamarine version. There you go. It's got a sticker on here, which we will go ahead and rip right off. So that's what the watch face looks like. Kind of reminds me of my old Casios, like an old G-Shock. It's kind of cool. It's a little bit retro, but that's definitely still like kind of modern looking style. So it's kind of like retro meets the modern day world. There you go. That's really cool, right? So you've got some nice little color there under the band. Let's get that thing off. All right, so here on this particular watch, you've got one big giant button up there, which I'm assuming is the power button. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that. Boom, there we go. That thing's firing up. And then you've got 3 little buttons here on the other side. You've got your charging port right there. Inside, you've got the charging cable. Again, like most of this new technology, it doesn't come with a brick, so you'll have to get a brick from your iPhone or Android device and use that. Or if you've got those nice little USB wall plugs in your house like I've got now, you can do that as well. So let's go ahead and take off this stuff, and you can see this has a different little charging port. So it's 4 pins. It doesn't seem to say like it matters which direction you go, but it is magnetic, and it's not letting me clip on that way, so that's clearly not the way to go. And it clips right in nicely magnetically right there. So I like that right off the bat. I really like that. That works just like my Apple Watch, which I really love. It's just magnetic and snaps right on. That's pretty cool. One of the better charging apparatus that I've seen. Apparatus? I don't know how you say that. I like the big giant numbers there. Again, kind of modern and cool. It's saying that it's 11:02 on Friday, July 24th. It's not 11:02 here, but it is Friday, July 24th. So I assume when I hook this up to my phone, it'll give us the right time. So we'll see there in a second. Out of the box did come with a little over half battery, which is nice. I hate when you have to like charge a battery right when you open something up. You got the quick start guide, which gives you a device overview. Button 1 there is going to be your power button. We've already found that out. Button 2, you press up to scroll. 3 is your enter button, and 4 is down. So it's like up. So it's basically up, down, and enter. Makes it really simple there. A little booklet here. It's about 8 pages worth, but again, you know me, I'm a cowboy. I'm not going to read that unless I absolutely have to. So let's take the bull by the horns here and see what this baby can do. All right, so right away I can go ahead and play golf, and let's just see if we can get a course to load. So we're searching for the satellites, and pro tip for you from your friend Gabe, when you get to a course, that's when you search for the course. Don't wait till you're on the first tee box, because you'll be waiting and waiting and waiting, and your playing partners will be like, come on, dude. And you'll be like, just wait a second, man. I'm trying to get the satellites. I'm trying to, connect with outer space, dude. But no, do that when you first get out of the car. That way you don't have to sit here like a dummy like me waiting to update the satellites. And that is no knock against the Canmore, by the way, because every GPS watch or GPS rangefinder that I've ever used does the same thing. So anytime you've got a device like this, make sure to do it early rather than keep holding up your playing partners. All right, so while the GPS is searching here, I'm also going to talk about I do like, again, this is really cool because it's like got that retro feel, but it's also very modern. I like this kind of like Z-axis striping here. The clasp is nothing special, but obviously it does the job. I really like the underside there. That's like unexpected. Only you know that's going to be there, by the way. It's just kind of cool for you because no one's going to see that on the wrist. But when you take it off and take a look at it, it's pretty cool to see. Made in Taiwan. You got your serial number there. All right, let's just go ahead and put this baby on, just see how comfortable she is. I always like to do that. Nice and light. Rubber, again, just not, sometimes you get like a cheap watch and that rubber is like very, very hard, you know, and this is nice. So this watch face, probably about 42 millimeters. I don't know if it, again, I don't know if it says it on the box, but again, being a watch guy, I know my millimeters. And this is about 42, I'd say. I've got a 7.5-inch wrist. It seems to fit really nicely. Now, if you've got a really small wrist, this might stick out a little bit off your wrist, because it's quite big and girthy, but definitely really nice. And very light. It's not going to interrupt your swing. All of these watches are great for that, honestly. I have never seen one of these golf GPS watches that was like, oh, I've got a steel tank on my wrist. No, they're really nice. I'm going to see if I can back out of this GPS situation here. So you've got a scorecard, so you can actually keep track of your score as you're playing. You've got settings. Let's see what's inside of there. We've got clock, backlight. Let's go ahead and hit that. So you've got 30 seconds, 15 seconds, or 120 seconds. So basically, this is your different options for how long that backlight's going to stay on before it turns off. This is probably going to be directly correlated to battery life. So if you want to save battery, maybe switch it to 15. And if you don't care and you're a battery power hungry person, go ahead and leave it at 120 seconds, but personal preference. I'm going to go ahead. This is sort of your back button there as well on the left. Backlight. This is your units. You can switch between yards and meters. We'll keep it on yards for now. So again, really like the way the numbers display. It's just super cool. Let's see if we can set the time on this thing, because being a watch, knowing the time is actually kind of nice, right? Clock. So you got your alarm. You can set an alarm clock with this. You've got 24-hour. You can hit the actual time. 24-hour? No, I like 12-hour. I'm a 12-hour man myself. Oops. Let's see. Did I not choose that? Yeah, 12. Okay. And let's actually set the time by manual, by GPS. Okay, so it'll actually update once it hits the GPS satellites, but by manual also works. It is set 2020. Yep. Bam. That's your back button up top. I love when things are intuitive. I got 710 on my watch. I've got my battery display. I know it's Friday, July 24th, sideways, which is kind of interesting, and PM's also sideways. It's kind of cool. It's a little bit avant-garde. I kind of like that. All right, well, that's going to do it for the unboxing. The only thing left to do is to actually take this thing out on the course, see how she performs, see how accurate those distances are, how she feels when you're swinging the club. Let's go do it. Okay. Old Faithful's telling me 259. All right, so on the GPS smartwatch, we have 250 to center. So it would be my speculation that the pin is in the back here, because I just used Old Faithful. I got 259. The watch is telling me 251 to the center, 264 to the back. So if this is a back pin, then this is very accurate. Let's hit a shot and see what happens. If we're looking at the watch here, it says 63 yards, actually now 64 yards to the center, 78 to the back. Let's check that against the rangefinder. Okay, 75 yards to the flag from Old Faithful. Pretty good shot. I promise you that was the first try. Subscribe to the channel, check out more reviews like this. If you want to check out this watch, I'll leave a link below. It's a very, very cool device, the Canmore Smart Watch GPS golf device. This is one you've got to check out.